Why can't we see well? What interferes with our vision? And how's your vision? Hey, this is Ron the Dream Roper. And vision, we're coming into a new year and a new decade. So our vision of where we're going to be determines if we're actually going to get there. Because it's pretty hard to go on a journey without knowing where you're going, right? You kind of wander all over the place. So if you have a vision and goals for 2020, how are you going to get there? Well, first off, vision's near and dear to me, right? I just came through cataract surgery. I had cataract surgery in both eyes last month. And so what are cataracts? Basically, they're a clouding up of the lens in your eye that doesn't let the light through properly, and you start to see things less well, distorted, It's almost like through the glass darkly, right? You can't see all the details in front of you. So in my case, I got cataract surgery. Now, with our vision in life, are there cataracts actually in our life that impacts us not clearly seeing our vision? I think there is. So stay tuned and see if you agree with me. Now, I'm all about, I'm Ron McLean, the Dream Roper. I help people lasso their dreams. What does that mean? Well, in a lot of cases, in all our cases, basically, we're all given dreams. We are divinely created. We're given dreams, and you notice as you go through life, there's certain things turn you on and certain things turn you off. I'm assuming the things that turn you on, get you excited, passionate, that you really enjoy doing, are in line with the dream that you were created for your life. And those things that you detest and for no reason probably are kind of opposite the direction you're going in your life. So that makes sense? So how can we see our vision? How can we see where we're going to go? What keeps us from seeing would be a better question. Well, here, let me put forward a hypothesis to you. When we're babies, we're young and we want to do this, we want to explore this, we want to see this, etc. What's the word we hear? No. Unfortunately, that continues all through life. We are told continually what we can do and what we can't do. And eventually, if we start looking through these filters that other people gave us, just a minute, it's like this. We start looking through interfering with our vision, right? Now, we wear sunglasses so that we don't get too much light through. But if you're trying to see your vision of the future, you don't want it cloudy. Now, you could take and make this even worse. You could add another layer here. Here's some clip-ons. So if I put the clip-on here, I see less clearly again. And if I put my other clip-on in, I see more or less clearly. In fact, I can hardly see my phone. So think about it. Don't we go through life like that? First, you've got your parents tell you can't do things. Then there's the teacher that tells you can't do things because it doesn't fit in their box. Right? They have their own box. They have their own filters. And if you're putting the filters from your parents, the filters from your teachers and a number of teachers, filters from your friends, filters from your boss, your co-workers, it just goes on from there. I mean, seems like the whole world's out there trying to give you filters that only pertain to you seeing what they see. But that's not what you're created for. We're all got a unique DNA. And that means we're all different. And our dreams are probably different too. And some people say, well, what do you mean dreams, right? Why, are we supposed to do something with our life? I believe so. I believe we're divinely created. And it says in my Bible, at least. Look at the story of Jesus. Even if you're not a believer, you probably have heard that story enough times where, an angel appeared to Mary and told her that Jesus was going to be born. But before that, an angel appeared to Zedekiah here. I might even got the name wrong. And his older wife was going to have a son, and they're going to name him John. And this is basically John's purpose in life, was to lead into Jesus. So how can an angel know that far before the baby was even conceived? So there is a purpose for our life. We were created with a purpose. And if you look at this, if you go through in that story, when Mary, who was pregnant with Jesus, came to visit her cousin Elizabeth, Elizabeth's baby jumped in the womb. It's filled with the Holy Spirit. I mean, this all happens before they're born. So don't you think that we were created for something? Don't you believe you were created for something? So what can we do to get rid of our fuzzy visions? A lot of it, we might have to get rid of some stinking thinking to go along with it. But what I'm encouraging you is just let go of all these things the world has told you you can't do. What's in your heart? What do you feel in your heart that you were created for? You don't have to know how you're going to get there. You just have to know really where do you feel you should be. So your vision for 2020 needs to include that. Your divine creation. You need to include that divine component into what you want to accomplish. Where really that means is, who do you want to be? You want to be that person, maybe at the end of 2020, maybe it's a 2 or 3, 5-year plan, who knows. But I encourage you to dig deep inside you. Look at to see where you were created. You know, like, I'm not saying going through psychology and figure out whoever said anything to throw you off track, but try to wipe that slate clean. Get rid of all these filters and go through to what you really want. Where do you see yourself being, in this case, say in December 2020? Where do you see yourself being? And I'm encouraging a little pun here, but you want to have 2020 vision on your vision for 2020, right? So I'm encouraging you to don't let the world tell you what you can't do. Figure out where you want to go. Once you have that, maybe you're halfway there, because now you got to figure out, okay, what steps do I need to take to get there? And then you start needing to take an action on those steps. You know, a dream without action remains a dream, right? So anyway, I'm hoping that's helpful. I just encourage you to be all you were created to be. This is what this is all about. Now, if I can help you, I mean, I'm working with a team that have set up a plan in place of how someone can retire in a year. This is the steps you have to take. This is how you do it. I'm a senior. I don't need to have $10,000 a month to live on and live my dreams. However, I do need additional income to live my dream rather than my situation. So whether you're working full-time or whether you're like me, you're a senior and you just want the difference between where you are in Social Security and where you want to be, I can help you fill that gap. So get a hold of me, and I'd be pleased to at least get you information on what's working for a lot of people. Maybe it'll work for you too. What's the harm in looking? Maybe this will give you your dream in 2020. Ron McLean, the Dream Roper, wishing you a richly blessed day.